One of the biggest mistakes that people with insomnia make is believing that they can control their sleep, which means they try absolutely everything to make themselves sleep, which ends up resulting in less sleep, more frustration, and a loss of sleep confidence. Would you like to know how you can really sleep more? If so, keep watching this video. Hi, I'm Caitlin. If you are new here, welcome. So I am a registered nurse working full-time as an insomnia coach, and I overcame more than 20 years of severe insomnia. So I know what it's like and I know how to overcome it. I talk about all things insomnia and how to get the sleep you need right here on YouTube. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and keep watching. Now, as you watch this video, be sure to stay till the end because I will be talking about what my clients who have overcome insomnia know about the proper way to overcome insomnia. So definitely stick around. So let's go ahead and get started talking about how we can get the sleep we need. I want to first talk about the fact that we cannot control our sleep. Nothing external can control our sleep, and there's a big confusion about this because there's so many supplements, CBD oil, meditations, binaural beats, and gadgets, and all these different things that claim that they can make you overcome insomnia or help you sleep more or whatever. So it tricks us into believing that we can control our sleep and we just keep trying thing after thing. But unfortunately, nothing external can control our sleep. So there are two things that we need for sleep. We need a high sleep drive and low hyperarousal levels, or no hyperarousal levels. So let's start off with the high sleep drive. So sleep drive is basically how sleepy you are. The longer that you are awake, the sleepier you are. You can kind of think of it like hunger. The longer you go between meals, the hungrier you are. Now, insomnia is almost never a sleep drive issue unless you're someone who is napping a lot during the day to make up for not sleeping at night. Then you're going to have trouble sleeping at night. But you can still have naps, don't get me wrong. It's just that people are sleeping hours a day during the day because they didn't sleep at night. That is going to keep them in the insomnia cycle. So the other thing that you need, this is where the majority of insomnia has problems. People with insomnia have problems, is the hyperarousal levels. So hyperarousal is like a heightened state of alertness from things such as stress, worry, puzzlement, anxiety, fear, excitement, all sorts of things that kind of in this heightened state of alertness. That's going to keep you from going to sleep. And insomnia, the problem is we have these heightened levels of hyperarousal. And going back to the sleep drive issue, feeling sleepy, a lot of people, you may be able to relate to this. You may be feeling sleepy or not during the day. Or when you go to bed, as soon as your head hits the pillow, you feel wide awake again. And that is super common, and this is not a sleep drive issue. You don't have a low sleep drive. The sleepiness is there, but it's being masked by that sleep anxiety or fear of not sleeping. That is just making it feel like you're awake, even though really you are sleepy. You have a high sleep drive behind that excitement or fear or whatever it is. So sleep drive, low hyperarousal levels. One thing I want to make sure you know is that your sleep system isn't broken. A lot of people believe or think that maybe they broke their sleep system. Maybe there's something wrong with their brain. Maybe something's broken in there. Something's broken in your body. Something's wrong with you and you can't sleep. And I promise you, 99.99999% of the cases, there's nothing wrong with you. First of all, you can't break your sleep system. I want you to understand that. And even if you have some kind of medical condition that affects your sleep, that's not insomnia, because there's a difference between disrupted sleep and insomnia. Disrupted sleep can be caused by so many things, like medication side effects. If you have a stressful event in your life that has happened, maybe someone passed away, a loved one passed away, you're grieving, there's a lot of emotions, your sleep is going to be affected. That's not insomnia. Or maybe you have an event the next day that you're nervous about. Maybe you're going to be public speaking, because that would make me not sleep if I had to public speak the next day. All those cause disrupted sleep. So insomnia is basically the fear-based reaction to the disrupted sleep. So let's say you lost a loved one, you're not sleeping well, and you lose some sleep, and you react with like, oh my God, this isn't good. Like, this isn't right. This shouldn't happen. This is bad. Things like that. Like, oh my God, I can't lose sleep like this. You're having this fear-based reaction. And that's what's gonna start the insomnia cycle. So you're like, oh my God, this can't happen again. So you go and you take melatonin or do some things to try to control your sleep, and then they fail and you lose more sleep, and then you freak out some more and you have these fear-based reactions. That's when the insomnia cycle starts to continue. Where if you just would have went, yeah, okay, this is normal. Yeah, it sucks I didn't sleep, but I mean, it's to be expected right now. And you just let it go, your sleep would have self-corrected with time. So I just wanted you to understand the two differences between insomnia and disrupted sleep. So the other thing is, the reason we aren't sleeping is we're getting in its way. As I talked about with the hyperarousal levels, the more we try to control sleep, which you can't do, all that controlling leads to more failure and more frustration. And the more frustrated we are, the more desperate we become, and the more anxiety that we're going to develop, and more stress and worry and all these emotions that are going to be keeping our hyperarousal levels up. And you're going to start to fear the night even more and more and more. And at that point, your brain thinks there's a threat out there. Your brain doesn't really understand that there isn't a threat out there. It just sees that you're fearing something, you're scared of something, and you're attempting to escape it with all these pills, supplements, gadgets, and whatever. So your brain thinks, okay, there must be a threat out there, and that's why it's going to be activating the fight or flight. Your hyperarousal is going to be up more, and the more you fail at making yourself sleep, the bigger the threat your brain thinks is out there, and it's going to be amplifying, strengthening that fight or flight system. We just get stuck in this cycle. So people who have recovered from insomnia, they know that they cannot make themselves sleep. So they let go of control, they work on their mindset, and they get out of the way of their own sleep system, which means more and more sleep happens in the end in a much more peaceful process. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that's really helpful. If you have any questions, let me know below. And I'm curious, have you ever felt like your sleep system or your brain or something like that was broken? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, check out this one about the cycle of resistance and how it keeps you stuck with insomnia.